What's going on, YouTube? How's all the beautiful people? We are going to sharpen this chain. This chain is off of an MS390. I'll have to change this blade real quick. One I've got in there is for carbide chains. And one that we're sharpening is a 3/8. 3/8 chain, so we're going to go with the 3/16 wheel, I think this is. Pardon the air conditioner. Now, we are ready. Hope you guys can see all right. I'll be right back. Got a bit. All right, sorry about that. So what you do is you get your chain in here, right, and the book that it comes with gives you all your measurements for the profile and the size and all that. So you have to set your 3 different measurements, which are, well, let's see here. Yeah. A, vice rotation angle, B, down angle, and C, head tilt. Well, vice rotation is obviously this one, back and forth. Down angle, when you loosen this up, this is considered down angle. And this is your vice rotation. This particular chain is designed for a 30 degree on the vice rotation, and yeah, semi-chisel, 30 and then 55 on what's considered to be head tilt angle, which you loosen this knob here for that. So we are currently set where we need to be set. Semi-chisel, and it calls for 0 degree on the down angle, so we're good. Then what you do is you just want to get, you want to take, the thing about these chains is you want to take off the least amount of material to achieve a sharp edge. If there's a lot of damage to these teeth and you have to remove a lot of material, obviously that's going to play a factor. But if it's just a little bit dull and there's not a lot of damage, then you don't want to remove a lot. You want to remove very little to achieve that sharp edge. So, and we really won't know. I don't think there's a lot of damage. He said he hit a piece of wire, but we are just going to make sure we are set where we need to be on the rotation angle, 0 on the down angle, and head tilt 55. We need to come in quite a bit. Not that much. Look at the tooth as you're sharpening to make sure that you are removing enough material. It looks like I need to come down a touch more. A little bit more. we're good. And what determines how much you take off, like I said before, is the damage. And I believe we're good there. We'll do a couple of more here and see if we run into any damaged teeth. There. Good. And you don't want to, if you just have a few damaged teeth, you really don't want to grind them all back because there's one or two that are damaged. What you want to do is, if those teeth are pretty much damaged beyond repair, then you just leave them alone and worry about the teeth that are still good to get the most out of the chain. Where a lot of people make mistakes is they just take off too much material. That's not the goal. That's good. Yeah, that one there's got a little damage to it, so when we get to that side, we'll run into that one. Well, it's just that simple. Once you get everything set and it's going your way, you don't, like I said, you don't want to just crunch on it. You can kind of watch the material that is stuck to the teeth, be it sap or bar oil or whatever, but it'll turn brown, and if you get too much heat build up in there, it'll turn black, which means you're too aggressive or you're taking off way too much material. It's not necessary. We're just going to keep doing that. I'll go time lapse on it, and we'll get this one knocked out, or this side knocked out, and I'll bring you back when we go to the right hand cutter. Okay, I got her switched over here to do right hand cutters. Most of the time, not always, most of the time you do not have to do any adjustments on your forward and reverse on the vise itself, because if the chain has been used correctly and sharpened correctly, then your cutters are going to be the same length in theory. But that's not always the case. In this case, we are good. If anything, we may have to scoot it up a little bit because we do have some damaged teeth on this side, right? Back that stop out just a little. There we go. Alright, we're good there. Till we run into some damaged cutters. Perfect. You'll hear me or see me take off small bites. I just don't want to build up too much heat unnecessarily. Yeah, we'll go time lapse and we'll come back on the finished product. Alright, people. Well, that's got it. We're done with this chain. I think this is a 20-inch chain. It didn't take very long at all. You can see that cutter, nice and sharp and uniform. Good to go. Luckily, the settings that I had were enough to remove the damage on some of these right-hand cutters. So we're good to go. Like and sub, you beautiful people, and we'll catch you on the next one. This is how you use sharpen a chain on a Oregon sharpener. Yeah. All right. Later.